Do you want some secret and high-end loot? Well, in the Blue Gate map, there's a ton of small and somewhat hidden puzzles that sometimes lead to great rewards like weapons, blueprints, and many more things. So in this video, we're going to go over all of the locations of the ones we've found and solved so far to help you out. So let's not waste your time and start off with some of the best puzzles for loot and our recommended ones to do. But do tell us below which ones you've had the most success with so we can all get that juicy loot. Now, if you've ever wondered what all of those crazy markings on the walls in Ark Raiders are, well, they're actually clues to puzzles, and there are a couple of puzzles that make use of these in the center bit of the Blue Gate complex. To find it, you will need to go to the reinforced reception, which is easy to get to if you go here on the map. Then you go down some zip lines. Upon getting down the zip lines, there's a small computer terminal that you can interact with. The computer will then flash a few times, and you'll need to wait a little bit until it flashes a particular color. When you then know what that color is, you then want to match it against the signs on the walls that will lead you to a secret stash. The stash is a terminal on the wall that will be making a loud noise, and all you need to do is go up and loot it once you find it and follow the markings. It is super simple, and each time it will change to a random color, so you need to adapt the route based on the color displayed. On top of that, there are multiple locations for these puzzles across the underground complex, so be on the lookout for those terminals as you're roaming around. We've done this quite a few times, and the stashes do seem really good to grab some easy weapons, including high-end weapons like epic bobcats and the Tempest, so this one is 100% worth your time. Also in this area is another puzzle type. If you follow the blue line to the next room over, you'll see a massive door that requires 3 fuel cells to power. The good thing is that all of the fuel cells will spawn together, but on the other side, the bad thing is the spawn location is randomized each time, so you have to do some searching to find them. From our testing, they can usually be found around this staircase, either in the room below it or the medical section above it. So look all around in those areas and you should be able to find it in no time. Once you have, you then have to carry each of those cells to the door and plug them in. Again, this is quite worth it and we highly recommend doing it, as in this room you will find a weapon case and tons of other lootable cases. We got some of the best items in the game from this room. Obviously, both of these first puzzles are in an already hot and contested zone, so just be aware of that or expect a fight and watch your back. We commonly try to just get in and out as quickly as possible if we have a good spawn nearby. Next up, we have the Husk Puzzle. You can commonly find this in the barren clearing and the adorned wreckage in the south of the map. What you're looking for is a massive sort of space station looking structure that you can walk into. You will need arc power cells, which can be found on most of the basic arc drones and enemies that you down. You will need to take these power cells to this structure and then place one at the entrance, which will then turn on some flame burners. Next, you will need to time when you're able to run past the fire to the other side, where you'll find another place to insert and input another arc cell. Then from there, even more fire is going to be activated that will rotate around in a circle. You then need to get above you with one more arc cell to put in. To get up, there will either be a nearby platform that you can leap from to get over, or you can vault onto the side and jump up on the top. Just like the previous one, you will have to time when to pass through the fire, so you want to wait until there is an opening. Then you just need to put the last arc cell at the back and the loot is yours. In our experience, the loot for the amount of work that this one takes kind of doesn't feel worth it. So we think this one needs to be buffed to make it worth your time, but you can tell us down below if you found anything good from it. Next, we need to talk about the Ancient Fort Puzzle. This is found at this point of interest on the map and is a very similar puzzle room to the other one with the fuel cells. This time though, the fuel cells are individually placed around the map on small crates. These crates are usually in the little ruined houses surrounding the fort, with a few additional spawn locations at the top of the tower, in the room at the bottom of the fort, and around the surrounding area on the roads. For the deposit locations, there's one on the outside of the fort here that you can see. Then there's another one in the middle of the fort that you can see here, and the last one is in the tower of the fort here. Once you have inserted all of the fuel cells, it will then open a locked cellar located at the back on the north side of the fort here. Inside you will find a ton of lootables and even a weapon case, and it is good loot, but for how long you spend doing this puzzle and you're very exposed while doing it, it doesn't necessarily seem worth the risk all of the time. especially when you consider there are weapon cases easily found out in the wilds. But tell us below, what do you think of this puzzle? Did you get anything good? Next up, if you've ever been to the Raiders Refuge and you've wondered where all the loot is, it's because there's a puzzle you need to do to unlock it. Similarly to the ancient fort, you will need to do some tasks to enter a locked cellar, but this time you need to find and press 4 randomly spawned buttons. These buttons are mostly around the refuge itself, and to find them, you need to look all around, behind, and on top of things. Do note though, some of the spawn locations for the buttons are in the surrounding buildings, but some can also spawn on the top, which you can access by climbing this ladder inside the tower. Just be sure to check in the roof and around the cracks as well. There's over 20 different spawns for this one, so carefully check every area so you don't miss one. When all the buttons are found, you can go into the loot room where you'll find a weapon case where you can get purple shotguns and a ton of other stuff. This one isn't too bad for the time invested, since all the points are usually in the building itself, unless you get unlucky and one spawns outside. So there you have it, all of the puzzles that we know of so far in the Blue Gate map. Let us know if you found any insane drops from any of them. We're currently on the hunt for blueprints for all the different gadgets in the game, and we just generally don't get them to pop up. So if any of you guys have any good spots to farm some grenade or gadget blueprints, tell us in the comments down below so we can all learn together. And subscribe for more Ark Raiders coming your way soon. Here at Arix Gaming, we're two friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 26.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very, very soon.